Valve just dropped a new Counter-Strike 2 update which gave us a setting called Dynamic Shadows and also updated Steam, which will be blocking specific programs causing VAC bans. This new CS2 setting actually affects your gameplay and your performance, so whether you want a bit better performance or more information in your game, you would choose one or the other. When you have it set to all, which is sort of the new default, well, all light sources will cast a shadow, which you can see right in the demo view in the settings, where this player's shadow will be visible with it set to all, rather than when it's sun only, and only the player in the sun shadow can be seen. So if you are really struggling on performance and want those extra frames, I guess just go ahead and put it to sun only, but you would really want it on all for that competitive advantage. Now, I ran two separate FPS benchmarks using the Angel Workshop map with my regular settings that have dynamic shadows on all, and then also dynamic shadows to sun only. But these are the numbers I got, with 207 on all and 208 on sun only. But if you really wanted an FPS boost from this setting, it's actually from putting the other shadow setting on low, which before, when you would put this setting on low, it would actually give you a disadvantage in the game, as it used to also turn down your dynamic shadows. But luckily, Valve has now made those two separate settings, so this new setting can be useful for those who want maybe some better performance but still want those dynamic shadows. As well as this Counter-Strike 2 update, Valve also pushed an update to Steam. Before we continue, we need to talk about CSGO Luck. They're giving out 3 free cases to anyone who signs up using code WATER, or clicks the link down below to play different games and open up cases against other players to win skins. Make sure to collect your daily cases so you can rise the leaderboard, and don't forget to sign up with code WATER to get your 3 free cases now. The update that came to Steam comes with a great change that should be amazing news to most players. Now, of course, we have seen plenty of VAC and anti-cheat measures from previous updates over the weeks, but today, Valve added new code in the files for VAC and much more. But this is directly for Steam. In the Steam UI English text file, Valve added new code for when they detect a software that modifies Steam behavior, with a brand new prompt and warning type message that we have never seen before, which says Steam detected whatever software name, which is third-party software that may modify Steam for the purposes of bypassing security or ownership checks. This software is known to crash Steam, may violate our terms of use, and could result in VAC bans or account locks. Please uninstall it in order to run Steam. So Valve did just add this broad security message to Steam itself, which will display for these banned softwares. But what exactly falls into these banned softwares? You can see prior to this update, Valve did already have a conflicting software message, but this new one seems to be directly targeting things that they plan to classify as banned, which cheats seem to fall directly in line in this category, as they say if you use one after Valve tells you not to, well, a VAC ban which is associated with cheats is likely to come your way. But who knows, because this seems to be directly tied to Steam and any sort of apps that may mess with it, as they're being a little bit broad in this message, saying any sort of punishment is possible, including the account lock. Now, this was obviously just added in minutes ago, so the very first banned programs by Steam aren't known just yet, but I'm sure hopefully in the next few days we start to find out exactly what Valve is labeling with this new banned software. Now, as well as this from Steam, it looks like after today's update, many are reporting their accounts have RUD trust factor, which is great news. This means that hopefully if you're a clean player, you will most likely play with less cheaters, and then the cheaters will sort of just play against each other in a hacker versus hacker mess and just ruin less legit players' games. Now, I've had a few people tell me directly that they are now seeing red trust factor after the update, and then I've also seen some others share it as well, so it seems like Valve is continually making improvements to VAC, and it's just not finished yet. So hopefully with this new trust factor that was heavily pushed in the recent update, does somewhat improve the matchmaking experience. Also, you might remember how just a few videos ago we talked about how all the cheaters who rose through the top of the leaderboard on Premiere, and well, after today's update, Valve seems to have completely wiped them off. I'm sure there may still be one or two somewhere hiding in there, but Valve did come in and clean it up. When we look at the ban numbers, it doesn't seem like a drastic ban wave came in, or at least has registered just yet, And also when we look at the accounts that we talked about, for example, the German named account, it did receive a community ban, which may be from something completely unrelated, as also the Horiak account, which was number 1, it didn't get a ban at all. So it sort of seems like Valve wiped them off the leaderboard for now, and maybe the bans are just on the way. A few other things which were added in today's update is Valve finally gave the Bowie knife a left hand in the inspect, so now when you have it out, there is the left hand showing, which is just great that they finally added it in after years of it being released. Plus just a few other general HUD fixes to improve the game. This update today didn't come with a bunch of content and huge changes to the game, but it's important to realize that not every update to the game will include what you are expecting, and I personally wouldn't be surprised if maybe we get 1 or 2 small updates from Valve before they go silent for a little bit and then give us the next big blog post update, which hopefully will be the 25th anniversary. Now today, Valve also updated their Counter-Strike World Rankings. Why this matters is because while tournaments will be using this for future qualifications, which Valve is sort of forcing in a few months. The top 10 globally go from Mouse at number 1 to Heroic at number 10, but you'll notice at 6th place, it is the Mongols, which some people are pretty surprised by. Now today's Counter-Strike update wasn't the biggest and definitely isn't anything major, but we did get some nice changes overall to many things like the nice new shadow settings so players don't need to be on high shadows, but also introduced a new Steam prompt for banned softwares, which hopefully we start to learn more about throughout the week, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any more news.